there is a boy I am mentoring now. I am asking for God's grace for me to be able to mentor him. But the boy, about 3 months ago, the boy decided to start doing fraud. And I asked him why. He said, bros, I and my mom, my two younger ones are living in one room. We are suffering. My friends, when all of us, they barriga together, they don't come out because they do Yahoo. Now they don't rent houses for their parents that they do well. Say, bros, I am at the point of death. So instead, make her die and make my younger ones and mama die. I go do whatever thing it takes to make sure say we no die. Now this brings me to poverty. Poverty is actually pushing majority of the people into doing fraud.
Welcome to Gist HQ, your favorite show on YouTube. Here we give you gist across Africa and a lot more. Fasten your seatbelt, relax, it's going to be a jolly good ride. The term Yahoo Yahoo is not new amongst Nigerians, as it is used to describe anyone involved in internet fraud. With the media hype following the arrest and prosecution of Hushpuppi and others, one would think that many young people would avoid getting involved in this fraudulent act. In today's episode, we will be discussing internet fraud amongst young Nigerians. And to do this, I have some amazing guests with me. I have Mr. Orus Michael, a professional photographer and blockchain expert. You're welcome, sir.
Thank you for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. I also have my co-host, Becky Onoja.
Thank you. It's always a pleasure.
Yeah. Okay, so guys, we're talking about Yahoo Yahoo today. Like in my introduction, Yahoo Yahoo is not a new term when you're in Nigeria. In fact, people outside Nigeria, I think when you say Yahoo Yahoo, they can begin to understand what you're saying. So my first question will go to Mr. Orus, right? After Hushpuppi's episode, why do you think we still have a lot of young Nigerians involved in what we have termed Yahoo Yahoo or internet fraud?
First of all, thank you for having me. This is actually an interesting topic. And before now, and my nature of person, I look at things critically and take my decisions based on antecedents of whatever thing that is happening. So before even Hushpuppi, there was one guy they called Eventus. Probably people didn't pay attention to him. And Eventus was actually very good, and he was doing fraud and he was channeling the money into tech, into robotics. So he was actually able to build good stuff, train people in robotics and so on. And let me be truthful. When I heard Eventus' story initially, I love Yahoo. But when I heard his story while he was in prison, then I said, there is no need. Because there was a word he said. He said he was pushed by peer pressure to doing Yahoo. Or ordinarily, he knows that he was going to make it. And he said you can look at his life that he wasn't fascinated with the Yahoo stuff because he was building business and he was able to build businesses. He said the only thing that happened, if he had waited a little further, he said he wouldn't have needed Yahoo money as a starting point to build himself. But the worst has happened. Now, only few people will look at what he said and see reasons with it. Now let's come down to the question. Why are people still considering Yahoo after Hushpuppi's story? We are in Nigeria. Nigeria as a country is tough. Nigeria as a country is difficult. Things are hard. You look at your surroundings and look at how many people are doing well. Look at your friends way back 20 years ago and look at how many people are doing well. Now, if you can deduce how many people are doing well and see reasons why some other people are not doing well, you will see that it is actually difficult for people to avoid that temptation of doing internet fraud. Because I have friends who, while I was in secondary school, I have friends who were super intelligent. But today they are nowhere because one, there was no money to send them to school. Two, at some point they can't carry on. Three, at some point they lost their parents and there was no hope. Now, so when you look at the things that surround an average Nigerian, you will realize that majority of them, the only hope to survive is fraud. Now, I have been in midst of many people who are doing well from normal businesses and normal way of life, legal way of life. And these people, when you trying to ask them questions on how they do it, they will tell you, nah, God. Now, when you ask a Yahoo boy, how you they do am, Yahoo boy go open up to you. Now, it becomes a two-way thing. Now, doing things the legal way is like a rocket science. Now, doing things the illegal way is open. Now, it only takes people of highest discipline to avoid that temptation. So when you are asking me after Hushpuppi's situation story, why are people still going to do fraud? It is easy. One, Nigeria is hard. Two, the way to do fraud is open. Now, the way to live a normal life is hard. And in life, we want the easiest way. The human brain is designed to follow the easiest way. So if the easiest way presents itself, would you take the chance? Now, it takes only people with high focus and high determination to avoid fraud in Nigeria.
Wow, that's quite interesting. So, Becky, what's your take? So why do you think young people are still involved in?
I think majorly the reason why young people are involved in internet fraud is because of this hunger to belong, really. They want to use the latest phones. They want to buy their girlfriend's latest hair. Some girls who are into that too also want to blend and all. People are no longer wanting to go through the normal route. Like, you struggle for some years and then before you're able to afford that, you go to the universities, you're seeing students holding the latest iPhone. How did you get it? Do you know how much that phone is? So most of the times that's why they do that. Just so that they can belong to this big boy, big girl thing, and then that's basically the issue. Some of them go into it because things are hard, but I think the major reason why is because they want to belong. Maybe their girlfriend has ditched them, or somebody has told them something because they were not rich, and they're like, man, in this life, money must be made. And how can a young person make money that fast? It's through fraud.
As much as I will accept what she said, that peer pressure is actually one of the cause of going into Yahoo. It is actually deeper than that. Peer pressure has been right from time, even while we were in primary school and secondary school. And we were able to manage it for those of us who have some good home training. But you know, sometimes even to date, at this level we are, when you want to do some certain things, you will look at yourself think about your family and say, no, I won't represent my family very well. Are you getting me? So these are things that resonate through our minds every now and then. But the problem today is at home, you will see parents telling their children, now that your mates, na him don buy motor so. Shey na two head e get. Wetin they do, you no fit do am.
You see, that's what I said. They want to belong. They want to feel among.
So this thing is not coming primarily from the person. It's coming from the parents.
Yeah, but you
you
could
getting me?
say no. Or
You
could
could
decide
say no.
to block everybody out.
You could say no, but when you see what pressure is, it is difficult to say no to some certain pressure. See, the thing is, doing Yahoo and being among these people is actually enticing.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? Now, there are some people you would trust and say, okay, I'm not going to do this thing. Now, those people you now trust are now the people now telling you have to do what they are doing.
Whatever they're doing.
Are you getting me? There is a way it will mess with your mentality.
I really think
Are you getting me? So
I think that, I mean, it is very, if you have worked for money, you will know how painful, or if you have ever needed money for anything in your life, you will know how painful it is to defraud somebody of their own money.
Yeah, so what he's saying is that now the pressure is not coming from just wanting things.
Yeah, but I still think is that to belong. Because if your mom or your dad is telling you to do this because this person's daughter has done it for them, it is still to belong. To feel, to be able to say that my child bought this for me.
So that pressure is coming from the parent, not from his or her peers.
Peers.
Not for the need of iPhone or whatever.
Now you get
my girlfriend. It's actually my mom who I'm trying to say my family name. I'm trying to say I'm going to do this because of my family name. Right? Because of our values. I'm from a Christian home. And then that same family is telling you, can't you do what other people are doing? So that's where the pressure is coming from now. So that's like an additional pressure.
Well, pressure generally.
Now let me probe further. You see, we are in a society where money is glorified.
Yeah. We don't care how you made it.
You don't care how you made it. Are you getting me? So we are in a society where everybody says, oh, more, that guy don't hammer. One person from nowhere will just call you on the phone and say, oh, Rusa fan, I say I do. How things they go? Not bad. You don't hear from your guy. Say, which of my guy? That your guy now. That guy don't pick. He don't overday, all right. Are you getting me? Now we are in a society where we glorify money, not minding where the money came from.
Yeah.
Now that is a problem. Let me expatiate on this, please. When you commit a crime, they will arrest you. The purpose of arresting you is not actually to kill you or do you anything, but to isolate you from your loved ones, so that you will feel the pain of being in isolation. That is what arresting actually means. Now look at the problem. Into this world, if you don't have money, automatically the world will isolate you from your loved ones. So you are being drained mentally already. Now, this is the second problem. You know what they are doing to make the money. You can do it.
Okay.
Now, most people are being pushed to a point that more not be die be this self. Make a kukuma die if not die did there is a boy I am mentoring now. I am asking for God's grace for me to be able to mentor him. But the boy, about 3 months ago, the boy decided to start doing fraud. And I asked him why. He said, bros, I and my mom, my 2 younger ones are living in one room. We are suffering. My friends, when all of us, they barriga together, they don't come out because they do Yahoo. Now they don't rent houses for their parents.
Yeah.
That they do well. Say, bros, I am at the point of death. So instead, make her die and make my younger ones and mama die. I go do whatever thing it takes to make sure say we no die. Now this brings me to poverty. Poverty is actually pushing majority of the people into doing fraud. Now I ask the boy, if you were working and you were receiving 100,000 naira a month, will you consider fraud? He said no.
Yeah. So that's one of my questions.
Are you getting me?
Is poverty, unemployment, enough reason or enough of an excuse to scam others of their hard-earned money?
I don't think it is really. I really don't. I think we're talking about young people going into fraud. There is a time for everything in life. Except you're from a rich family, I mean, this fraud that we're talking about is the real one. That one that, yes, now, is that fake fraud? Have you seen young people driving Benz?
Yeah.
So,
do you know how much the latest iPhone is?
Okay, so
it's not something you can just cough out and buy like that.
The thing is, it is actually bad. It is not something I will stand up any day and say someone who is doing fraud is doing something good. But something about me as a human being, I look at why. So I look at from the why. Now, we are in Nigeria. It's just that most people take this thing to the next level. Are you getting me? And that is why it's affecting us. See, I do businesses across border. And I know how this fraud of a thing is affecting me. Because in some places you will just hear, once they just see Nigeria flag, they will, okay, now let me give you people a practical example of what happened to me when I was doing Fiverr. I started with my personal account and I was not getting anything until I met some people from mentorship. I said they have to open a US account, use a white face, and be using VPN. And I started that. And I did that for like 8 months, no, like 1 year approximately, and I had good offer. I've done gigs, like over 500 gigs as at that time. Until one day, I don't know what happened, and probably I did use VPN while accessing the platform, and I was caught, and my flag changed from US to Nigeria. And you know the mentality of a white person, no matter how good you are, immediately you are breaching the law, you are bad. They perceive you as a bad person. Now, some of them reported me and they closed the account. Now, I said, okay, I have built enough client base, so let me open a new account and start running. I opened a new account. I was now reaching out to the people who I have worked with before, but it didn't work. Till today, that was how I stopped freelancing on Fiverr. Are you getting me? So, the name is not a good name for us Nigerians. But at the same time, you have to look at the way Nigeria is built. Now, the law does not work. Because there are so many things you have to look at. The law is not working. The police that is coming after them is coming for money.
The politicians who are driving cars,
who are
money,
children are living expensive things, are scamming us.
Yes, as a people.
Now, the mentality of the child who is growing up has been fine-tuned to be looking at things that the only way out is fraud. Because the person they are looking up to, who is in the government house, is a fraudster, but not a Yahoo fraudster, not a internet fraudster.
I still will stand on this. I don't think there is any justification. Maybe because of my background. And
I don't know I don't do fraud.
But I really don't think. I'm talking about a young person. Why would you go into fraud at a young age, for God's sake?
It is bad for every reason. There are so many things. This is a very sensitive topic. There are so many things we should look at critically. Now, one, the family is failing us.
Yes.
Are you get? Now let
And we
me
need to go there.
the family is failing us.
Yeah.
The society is failing us.
Yeah.
We glorify money. We have where you meet people who are highly oriented, who are trying to talk to people, probably younger folks, and somebody just come from nowhere, an essay probably to a governor whom his salary is supposed to be like 300,000 naira a month, come with a car that worth over 10 million naira, and everybody move attention to the person.
Yeah.
Now, this thing, it has its own effect. Now, this is it. The person who has something to say, who is making money legally, who was now talking to the people, he might not even feel bad. He might be contented with what he's making. But on the mind of the younger ones who they are talking to, they will at their own time probe themselves that what is it doing? How much is it supposed to earn? Now, how come he's driving a car higher than the salary? Now they will start probing how the person is making money. Now at the tail end, they will say, oh, politicians, they steal money. There is this thing that will come to their mind. If politicians, when suppose they rule us, they steal money, who then be?
So just because everybody's doing it doesn't mean that
It
you
doesn't make
no. Because we're not saying it is right.
It is
My question,
wrong. The question
Yeah.
was why
do you
are
think
people
going into
going
So
into
that's
it
what- that's
after
conversation.
considering
Yeah.
Hushpuppi's story?
So that's majorly. They want to belong.
No, now
That's
let
your
me tell
majority.
you something. This
But-
is a topic. Sorry
Yeah.
for cutting. This is a topic I have on my own. I have think about this in left, right, center. I have met people. I have discussed with people. Now I have someone has told me, say, Michael. I say yes. He said, I would prefer to be in prison than to live in this hardship. He said the hardship we are living in is more than prison. So there are so many people have made up. There are some people. So you see most of all those things you are saying. People want to buy iPhone for their girlfriend. They don't want to lose their girlfriend. They want to take care of their girlfriend. They are very valid. They are some of the reasons people are doing it.
Yeah.
But when you
But now-
probe deeper,
Now-
you will know that those are not the primary reasons. Now, FCM,
For me, I think even maybe at the beginning, right, when they start, when this whole internet fraud started coming, maybe it's because of all
those things.
But
But
now,
now is
when
way
I like
deeper.
what you said about the family failing us,
Failing us.
where you have people who are teenagers who, once they finish secondary school, their parents hands off and don't take care of them again.
Yes.
They now have to start taking care of themselves,
Yes.
taking care of their parents, and taking care of other responsibilities.
And the parents are now multi-pressure on them
Then to say,
again.
are you not seeing your mates?
Yes.
So
it's,
the reasons
it's gone
have
beyond those things. When you say those things are not justification to go into this, then you look at the parenting is failing us. Nigeria as a country is failing. Now let's
systems, no
okay.
structures.
Let's say you see let me go deeper. Please just give me small time. In the US, the amount of fraud in US, Nigeria cannot scratch 10% of it. But when you mention US, you don't see fraud. Fraud doesn't come to your mind. But when you mention Nigeria, fraud comes to your mind. Then you ask yourself, why? Now the why is most of the stories that come out of Nigeria are of bad news.
Yes.
So they have tagged us to bad news.
Yeah.
But when you think of America, most of the news that comes out of America are good news. So they have overpowered the bad news.
Okay.
If our government, now, in US, you see people who start their life with fraud. After some time, they will come on public television and say, I was a fraudster, but now I'm no more a fraudster. I have built this, I have built this, I have built this. Are you getting me? If Nigeria economy was okay, where you can decide, okay, I want to work, and you immediately will see a work that will give you 300,000 naira, you will be thinking of, see, the basic things we need to live life are lacking in Nigeria. I told some people, because now somebody say, if I am talking like this in terms of fraud, why am I not doing fraud? And I told the person, if the way things are now was how it was like 10 years ago, nothing will stop me from doing fraud. I won't lie to you. I am so serious. Nothing will stop me from doing fraud. But now, I can afford my immediate needs without stressing myself. So what is the essence of fraud?
Okay.
Well, there are so many people. Hey, God.
Yeah.
Go to Bariga. Go to Mushi. There are so many people who cannot afford a square meal. Do you know what it means when they say over 40% of Nigeria are living below $1?
Yeah.
Which is not up to an hour walk in the
In the
US.
yeah.
Yes.
Are you
Yeah.
getting me? So it's
An hour
crazy.
K.
An
When
hour,
they're paying you an hour, they're paying you
$10.
$20, $10.
Now,
You're not saying $1.
now, let's see. Not gonna leave me for this topic. Make a talk. Now, let's see. This is an economy where minimum wage is 30,000 naira.
Mm-hmm.
You are in Lagos. How much is a room where you live?
Oh my God. Let's not even go there.
So these are some of the reasons. Can 30,000 naira a year
Let's
pay
pay
for
for
accommodation? Then you clothing, food.
Transportation.
Just look at this essential commodities, essential needs of man. Can 30,000 naira a month foot that bill?
No.
No. So
Yeah.
see, this is a topic you have to look deeply into. Even the government. Look at our current president. What did he say to the Yahoo people when he was campaigning? He said he will harness them so that they will move from Yahoo into technology.
Yeah.
Because these are things that are obvious.
Mm.
Now, let me tell you something. There are places, you are talking from a point of a lady. Guys, there are places you go to. If you are not in fraud, you are the abnormal person in that gathering. This is not joke. You are the abnormal person in that gathering. Now, think of it from the perspective that you were not working. You don't have a job. The temptation is high.
Yes.
Is high.
Yeah.
See, now only Job and Jesus no fall for temptation. Even it got to a point where Job's wife have to come and meet him. He say, "Oh God, this suffer no enter you. Who be this girl? Arrange you and make you die, or make we just leave things." People don't tire. People don't
Okay,
tire.
guys. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
It's been an interesting conversation. We'll go on a break, and when we come back, we'll continue on this conversation. Welcome back, guys. You're still watching Gist HQ, and we're still talking about internet fraud and young people in Nigeria. So, to take this conversation further, I want to ask. Now we've talked about the problems. We've talked about why the situation in which a lot of young people find themselves that kind of makes internet fraud an attractive and easy way out, okay, to solve their financial problems. Now, I want to think solutions, right? So, are there, Mr. Orus, are there other ways, other channels these young people can use those same skills to earn legal money, clean money, not fraud money?
There are. So in a world we live in today where remote work is the order of the day, it is those skills. Okay, in a world we live in today where the remote work is order of the day, those skills can be harnessed and they can use those skills to earn a living for themselves. But still boils down to are they ready? Are you getting me?
Yeah.
Are they ready?
Yeah.
Because one thing about life, there is to change a mentality is difficult. No, so let me say something. While growing up, there are some people, there was a family around us that they have like about 3 of them who were criminals. So the first child was a criminal, and after some time, the second one joined. After some time, I think the fourth one joined. So it became like, it's their thing. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
It's their thing. And there are family values that differs. So like as she is, her family value differs from mine, and mine differ from yours. So your family value can be so much in education.
Yeah.
My family value can be so much in hard work. Her family value should can be so much in modesty. So now, what are the family values of the average Nigerian? Are you getting me?
Yeah.
So we have to go see. Our problem in this issue is much, because I have probed so many people and the answers I got were not pleasing, honestly. So what are the family values? What are the values of Nigeria? In a situation, in a country where who have the highest bidder is the wisest person. Everybody wants to be wise.
Yeah.
Are you getting me? So, but in a same community, wisdom comes from accumulation of knowledge and experiences.
Yeah.
But in a situation where immediately you have the most money, you become the wisest person, and everybody listens to
Respect,
you.
yeah.
Then everybody wants an access to money, so that
that they can get
everybody
the
will
respect.
listen to them.
Yeah.
See, every human being wants to be a leader.
Yes.
Are you getting me? It is natural. Everybody wants to be a leader. So the question is, what do you need to do to be a leader? Now, in a sane society, you need to acquire knowledge, skills, experience to become a leader. But in Nigeria, what do you need to be a leader?
Plenty money.
Plenty money. Now the question is, what do I need to? The question people ask themselves: what do I need to do to make money?
It faster, as fast as possible.
What do I need to do to make money? Then you say, I'll go to school and graduate. Then you ask yourself, your uncle where go school, where graduates, where he did? See, there are so many questions we need to ask. Now, that boils down to, if you want to harness the talent they have, government needs to swing in. And how can government swing in? Now, let's see. Let's look at it from this perspective. I am going to be very vast. I pray anybody who is listening to this will be able to aggregate what I am saying. An average graduate in Nigeria wants to come to Lagos because Lagos is where things are happening.
Yeah.
Now, what happened to the remaining 35 states and the Federal Capital Territory? Because things are not happening. Now, what is the role? What are the roles of the governors? I was having a conversation with one of my mentors, and I said, my mentor said, Lagos will continue to grow because Lagos is where things are happening. And I asked my mentor, sir, but what happened to the other states? He said the other states are not doing anything. I said, sir, have you thought of a way the other states can do something to decentralize Lagos, to absorb some population out of Lagos? I asked him, what will it be if somebody graduated from Kaduna and say, I want to migrate to Edo because Edo is known for culture. Let me go, I probably study cultural anything management. I say, let me go and harness the culture of Edo and settle in Edo so that I'll be able to do this and do this. What if somebody say, okay, after graduating, I want to go and live in Ibadan because Ibadan is peaceful, it's friendly in terms of agriculture and this and this. Now look at this. Our governors are not doing anything. Do you know why? I told somebody the easiest country to be a leader is Nigeria. And the person was asking me why. I said, because leadership in Nigeria is easy. There is an already made money there for you as a governor. Once you are going there, there is monthly allocation. And the monthly allocation is more than enough to run your recurrent expedition. So even if you are not thinking, you can run any state. So they are not thinking outside the box to create a job or to create an enabled environment. And that is why we have degenerated to this level.
Yep.
Because at a point, Nigerians' income was way more than our population. But now the population has grown beyond the income. So harnessing the talent they have, the government have to swing in, build hubs for different stuff, either in tech, in agriculture, in anything, to absorb these people learn, understand this thing, and so sorry, let me go back. When you talk about technology,
Yeah.
AI, AI is not standing alone. AI is enhancing in already existing industry.
Yes.
Technology is enhancing already in existing industry. So if you can groom these young people at their early age, integrate them into the society, by the time they now integrate the technology they are aware of into this thing, they will blossom.
Yeah. So Becky, I wanted just to add to, I'm sure what Uruz has said about. He mentioned that fine, there are skills that we can harness for them to earn legal money, but are they willing to? And then it links that to our value system as it is now, where money is like the ultimate.
Yeah.
So now he has mentioned something about government getting involved. So how do you think what kind of role do you think government can play to ensure that we reduce or curb this thing about fraud, internet fraud?
Okay, so when we see American movies where there are crimes and then somebody is doing a lot of cyber crime, so what they do is they try as much as possible to get that person, and then they strike a deal. Help us to manage the cyber security. We don't arrest you for all the crimes you have done, and then you become a staff of the government. I really think people who hack, there are some great hackers in Nigeria. I think that the government can make use of that talent. There's a lot of loopholes in our financial system. They can get them, partner with them to create cyber security, financial cyber security for our finances. Partner with banks, partner with CBN. I think, and I know that majority of those guys would prefer to be on the better side of the fence. The only thing may be the money, but I mean, if you're giving that kind of premium service to any organization or the government should be ready to pay you so much.
Yeah, so I wanted us to actually break down what is really internet fraud, right? I get emails like my grandmother died and left $30 million in my account, blah blah blah, or there's this business deal, blah blah blah, blah. Are those what they are calling fraud? Because I actually do not even understand what
they are all fraud, all of them.
Okay, so
all
let,
of them.
let
Click
me,
on this link to get
so let me
all
come
of
in
them.
this way.
Okay, let me.
So because I think fraud. So the word fraud depends on, because I've asked questions and depends on what they do. So
So we're basically focusing on the internet guys now.
So like what you said, they'll send message like one and somebody died, left some money, and I want you to be I am a bank. So. Now this is where it gets good. They are not targeting at Nigerians.
Yeah.
So most probably, I don't know where they got here, but some Nigerians can fall for it.
Yes.
So it now depends. So the thing is, those who are actually falling for those things depends on their level of awareness too.
And greed.
Now, an average human being is greedy. Now look at this. Most of the people they are duping or they are defrauding, they want. So this thing is enticing. Let me jump into it. And if I do this, I do this. Why other ones? When you see click on this link and do this. So some of all those links you are clicking or people click on, give those people access to your device.
Yes.
So, and as they are having access to your device, they can do anything to your device, to other finance documents and all those. So they can use, there was a time it was rampant where they said you will just get a call from one bank that you are owing them. So people were having access to your documents and they use your document to collect loan. Then the bank will come chasing you. Wow. So these are some of the fraud. So all these things, see, these things are just in between. They are just in between critical thinking.
Yeah.
Are you getting it?
So that's the skill I'm talking about. Yeah. How do we convert it? I think that's what she was saying about cyber security and all that.
Yes. So converting them is easy. So now let's say, for instance, now Okay, let me use something everybody can relate to. Let's look at what CC Hub did.
Yeah. Okay.
CC Hub came and he set up CC Hub. People, he brought in people. And people were using CC Hub to create. From there, CC Hub have bettered so many companies that are doing well. And some of those companies bettered by CC Hub has bettered other great companies. I know a couple of people. Are you getting me?
Yeah.
There are people, Data Science Nigeria did that too, and there are so many. I have friends who are in different countries right now working as AI professionals too, for countries, for organizations. AI sees Artificial Intelligence Saturday did that too, and it's on, and I can count on and on. But the thing is, these are individuals coming together to do this. What percentage of the society can they cover?
Yeah.
So, but if government is coming in, government can say, okay, let's do 5,000 people in every state. Are you getting me? In probably every quarter.
Yeah.
By the time they do that, you will see. Now, this is it. Most of all these people doing fraud, they don't really know what they can use, what they know to do.
That will bring even better money.
Better money.
Yeah.
I have been in the midst of when we were talking one day, and I was talking, people were like, all rules, we need to talk. If this thing, if you use and do this thing, you know how many millions you would get? And I was like, why will I do this thing when I know what I know can give me this now, and later in life can give me this? So what is the essence? Are you getting me? Yeah. But most of them do not know that what they know can actually make them to live a very good life. Now, this is where the government needs to swing in.
Yeah.
An individual cannot do as big as CC Hub in Lagos. There are people in Ogun State who do not know. There are people who are even in tech industry in other states who are not aware of CC Hub.
So I really think that the government should
play a role
to calm down. I think that people, I don't know, but I think most of the people who are brilliant and talented are people who are doing the wrong thing.
Now, this is the problem.
There are people who are doing the wrong thing. So, talking about fraud, how can somebody just sit down, think of that kind of thing, where they send you a link, you click on it, they have access to your device, they can do whatever. That can actually be used in Nigeria. Now, talking about this, let's leave voting. That's what we're talking about now. So we're talking about the greatest thing happening right now is financial fraud. You just sit down and somebody has wiped your account. You keep your money in the bank, and then you are not even sure if that money is safe. You can just get an alert someday and then everything is gone. So people who can hack your account can also protect it. They can develop programs to be able to secure the account. That's what we call cyber security. So you are alerted when there's a suspicious withdrawal or suspicious activity on your account. So I really think that organizations and the government, in fact, CBN should partner with those guys. If they're able to drop all the charges against them for maybe the fraud that they've committed in the past, and then sign an agreement with them to be able to provide this service for the federal government, I think we're good.
You wanted to add something.
So that will make a lot of sense. But when you aggregate all these things, the question is, how will they get them? So let's say, for instance, now someone who is doing this somewhere, nobody know him, how will they get him? Now the issue is, we need to revamp the entire system as a country from all the industries, because the security agency, which are the police and this thing, who are going after these people, they are not going after them to arrest them. They are going after them to collect money. So this is where the problem lies. So the way to actually do this thing and provide a solution to it is to make things enticing. That hard work is, the government is not actually working enough. That hard work pays. By the time you start projecting Nigerians who are doing well from working hard, then some people will now have a mental knowledge that, okay, if I can do this, I will. See, we are in an environment so bastardized that an average person most people know that is doing well is either from one fraud or politics or one thing.
Or drugs.
So it becomes difficult because we don't really have people,
role
models we look up to. You go to the internet, probably before you see role model and politician, we know what they are doing.
Yes.
So by the time we start projecting, we have companies that are doing well, that are global companies, young people running them. By the time we start projecting these people, then young people will say, oh, more, these bros, they try. I like be like this boy, these bros. And by the time you say, okay, you go like be like these bros, there is a place you can go to be like these bros.
Yes.
Probably a tech hub or agricultural hub or something hub that you can go to directly to be like that bros. Then it will make the process easy.
Yeah.
Because see, there are people who are into fraud, but if there are ways to do legal business, they will leave the fraud.
Yes.
But when you leave the fraud, where are the legal business? In no day, you go use your hand, mark a rock. Like what you said, that government should harness these people and give them work. Give hacker work of minimum wage of 30,000. How will it survive?
No, I said that the government has to come to a compromise to be able to up their payments, because if you're protecting that's a major form of protection. So you need to pay them properly.
Aside those, so this thing,
So let's move on. I think in summary, what we have said is that for us to harness whatever talents these guys have that are using negatively, we need to create opportunities. The government, private sector, whoever needs to create opportunities for these people to be able to retrain, unlearn, and learn new skills, right? Then we also need the people to be interested, and for them to be interested, our value system has to be reoriented, right? We need to have people. We need to have role models who have worked hard, who can show that, okay, I worked hard, I worked for this money, I didn't do any legal business. Now let's move forward, okay? Orus.
Yes.
Do I need to have coding skills, programming skills to do a tech job? Because these guys are already doing internet work, they're already doing critical thinking, they're already creative. So do I need to be able to code to get a job in tech?
So this is something that actually interests and I like talking about. So people, when they say tech, everybody feel you have to code.
Code, yeah.
No. So is agriculture, for instance, you are into agriculture, how can you integrate tech into agriculture? It's a function of, okay, I want to be selling my products online. You are already in tech. So now probably the man who is in the farm will not be able to do that him or herself. Then they cannot employ somebody who understands digital marketing. So you don't need to be coding anything to be a digital marketer. You don't need to be coding anything to be a copywriter. So you don't actually need a tech skill. It's enhancing whatever thing you are doing at the moment to fit into tech. As at when I started Fiverr, like I made mention of in 2016, I was a photographer. What was I doing? I was editing pictures for white people. Finished. I was removing background for people who sells products on Amazon and eBay. Turning the background, the picture to white background. That was what I was doing. So is that a tech skill? No, that is a photography skill. Now me knowing the platform, now understanding how to use the platform is the tech aspect of it.
Awesome.
So these are some of the things. Now, these young people now, majority of them knows how to edit pictures on their phone. Majority of them know how to edit videos on their phone. Now, what we need to do as a society is to tell them that by editing this picture, you can work here and you can make so amount. So by the this is now let me expatiate again. This is where the government comes in. There was a time I have to go back to my hometown to organize classes on photography and on how to design websites. Now, my mission of doing this was, after teaching them, I would now expose them to a platform where they can use these skills to
Make
make
money.
money at least $50 to $100 a month, and that will foot their bills. Only one person can. It's funny, but only one person can. So, but if this thing is like organized by the government, they have enough resources to do their advert. So sensitize the people that after this you will be able to do this, more people will come. And by the time more people come and they see the life those people will be living, more people will be actually envisaging, looking towards, when is the next one coming? That is the only way.
Yeah, but the government wants to, the governor, the local government chairman, whoever wants to sponsor a project where you can collect something out of the project.
That is the problem.
they're always
So this one you're talking, they will not be able to get anything.
Now that is the problem. Now, a situation where the government official, the main deal is coming from, wants to collect something. There are middlemen. So if probably, let's say the program was organized by the chairman and they give a budget of like, let's say 1 million, and the chairman collects 500,000, the middleman will say, chairman don't collect your, okay, for this one remaining, let's collect another 50% of it. 250K will go. It will remain 250K. Now, what can 250,000 naira do? So we have from the number one person to the last person, we have to be intentional about reorientating and changing Nigeria's story.
Wow. Thank you so much, guys. It's been an interesting topic. I'm sure maybe we'll have some other time to continue this conversation and provide more solutions for young people. Thank you so much, Orus and Becky, for being on this show with me.
Check. Thank you for having me.
I hope you have enjoyed today's show. Keep a date with us every week on this channel. Do not forget to like, drop a comment, and subscribe to our channel. Thank you.